Hello guys, it's Anna here. How are you? Emma is joining us today. Emma is a wonderful massage therapist extraordinaire, and she is here with us today. It's a little bit hilarious. We've done about 5 videos already. We weren't sure what we were doing, so we've managed to get that sorted. So hopefully this is broadcasting fantastically now. So Emma, how are you? Are you well?
I'm perfectly fine, thank you. Yes, I am now. We've sorted out our little IT glitches.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay, so with this little talk, I thought I'd bring Emma on board. I've known Emma for a few years now. She fixes me when I'm broken. I fix her when she's broken. We're both reflexologists, but Emma has a lot more qualifications in the massage field than I do. And we thought we'd talk a little bit about body maintenance today because this is something that's affected me this year because I was naughty and didn't maintain my body. I was kind of doing massages and getting organized, and then on the lead up to my wedding, I stopped because I was favoring getting the wedding money together and sorting the wedding, and so I stopped, and I didn't have really a proper good deep tissue massage for maybe
6 months.
18 months or something, yeah. And then what happened was I got riddled with injuries and all kinds of things started happening, and I started getting a bit crazy. So Emma, tell them what happened to me when I stopped maintaining my body.
Well, basically, Anna broke herself, which we all do. I'll say now, I have been very, very guilty of the same thing, in the fact that we all carry on, life takes over, and you think, oh, I'll do that another day, I'll do that another day, and you don't do that another day.
Yeah.
And you end up with huge knots, tears, pulls, lots of pain, and then you can't do anything at all.
Yeah, and I mean, it's so easy just to put it off, isn't it? You know, you can always put it off.
And your body does not recover in the same way when you get older. And I hate to use that phrase, it really irritates me. But as we get older, our bodies do not recover in the same way. So therefore, we have to be kinder to them.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
More than just getting treatments, it's you maybe have to do, impact them as much with the sport that you choose or the exercise that you choose.
Yeah.
You have to be a little bit kinder by getting early nights, eating and drinking the right things.
Well, do you know, Emma, when I was young, I could just survive on like 3 hours sleep and I'd be up there training the next day. And now if I get less than 8, I'm dying.
Yes, very much so. I mean, you started mending me after I had the worst 2 years in my life. I'd had 2 very bad bouts of pleurisy that had broken my thyroid. I'd had to have radiotherapy for my thyroid. And your words to me were, you can't lose the weight that you've put on until we mend you.
Yeah, it's so true. It's so true. And I know this from myself, you know, when the body isn't healing, then it's really hard to get to the health goals that you're wanting to get to, because the body just needs to heal first. So today what I thought we'd do, because, you know, I'm with my dodgy guts and injuries from excessive exercise, Emma's always pummeling me every 2 minutes to try and keep me going. But we just thought we'd talk about a few things, simple things that you can do at home for yourself to maintain your own body. So I'll kick off. The first one that I always think of is we're rushing around, we're busy. We jump in the shower, we jump out, we go, and we don't kind of give ourselves time to sort our muscles out. Even if, you know, you're a person that drives a lot and things like that, that's driving drives a lot.
No worries, I understand you.
yeah, people go, yeah, driving. So I've taken now to really making sure I have my hot baths, and I have a really hot bath. And it's so easy because people go, I haven't got time for a bath. I've just got to go for a shower. I haven't got time. But I'm making sure that I'm getting a couple of hot baths in now.
The trick is, you can tolerate a hot bath because your muscles are exceptionally toned and are used to that. People who are not as toned as you, a warm bath will work better.
All right. Oh, you see, this is something I didn't know. So go on.
A warm bath will work better because if it's too hot, it can cause inflammation.
All right.
So, the hotter it is, it doesn't make it better.
Oh, you see, I love this information. So tell me, like if I'm in a rush and I've had like a really heavy day and say I don't have time for a bath, like a hot bath or a shower, if I haven't got time for a hot bath, I jump in the shower, and what I do is, and I don't know whether this is a right or wrong, and you can tell me, but it's a really old thing that I learned years ago, is the last 20 seconds of the shower, I put it on cold.
Yes.
Is that good?
It's certainly not bad. No, cold is good because it reduces the swelling. If you have a bath that's really hot, to then put cold on for you is really good because it reduces any swelling that's apparent and there in the muscles. But for general normal people who do a normal level of exercise and don't do 7 to 10 hours a day, it's a warm, I would also say, warm bath. Just keep topping it up and keep it at a constant warm temperature. It's like hot water bottles. If people put hot water bottles on injuries, don't have them scalding hot. I put a wheat bag because it's warm. Because what you're looking for is creating elasticity in the muscle. Tendons. What you're not looking for is to inflame it and make it harder for it to move. Because the more swollen it becomes, it does that and creates friction.
Yeah.
If it's not swollen, you have that basically, and they can pass easily.
Very good. Well, I like this. So one of the other things is, because we're both reflexologists, I love this kind of little tiny things that you can do, and often these things we do naturally. So the old stress relief, pulling on the lobes of your ears for reflexology it's like a stress relief thing, isn't it? But how many people do you see when they're stressed doing this?
Well, the other thing is the middle of your hand.
Yeah.
That's one of my favourites because obviously we both know that's your solar plexus, which is your central nervous system. You will see people wringing their hands and it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's actually releasing a lot of the stress and a lot of the tension. It brings calmness. If you can do that in a nice, quiet room away from everything that's stressing you, even if it means shutting yourself in a toilet, that can work. If you have 5 minutes of peace and just rub there, or rub your temples,
or pulling the lobes,
and pulling on your lobes, anything like that will just enable you to de-stress enough to go back and cope with a situation that's really, really driving you.
Yeah, well, the one that I love, actually, and people do it naturally again, but this is what I think is crazy, because I know Emma and I know that she's had a thyroid removed. So when I do reflexology, it's a bit weird because before I knew Emma really well, I was doing a little bit of reflexology on her, and I said, oh, there's a bit of a gap here where your thyroid should be. And she says, well, that's funny because I don't have one. So that was weird. But as well, with the thyroid being around the base of the thumb, doing this kind of action stimulates the thyroid, and also with the thumb being the head and the neck and all around the area, it's a bit of a de-stress as well to do this. And again, people do this quite naturally, don't they?
It helps because sometimes if people become sluggish in the winter because they don't want to go out, they stick their nose out the door and go, no, you're all right, thanks, I'll stop in. A bit like my dog.
Yeah.
They don't have the same motion, they don't have the same movement, your blood isn't moving about, therefore your hormones do become a little bit sluggish. So if you can do that, it will just help motivate them slightly and get your hormones moving properly. It helps with your metabolic rate. It helps.
Yeah, it's good.
Ridding your toxins. It helps your stress levels. And they're only very tiny things that don't take a lot of time. They don't take a lot of effort.
And it works well. Well, you know, Emma, you know what I'm like for the old stretching. I think people don't stretch enough, and I know there's a lot of research out there now at the moment that say that, you know, it's not compulsory to stretch as much, but I just don't believe in all that. I just think that in order to maintain your body,
stretch.
Yeah. In order to maintain that, you have to keep stretching. And I always think stretching, you can do some stretching, you know, while you're watching Corrie or EastEnders, can't you, on the floor?
It doesn't take a lot to do a little bit of stretching at all. As you know, I suffer from plantar fasciitis, which is tendon on the plantar or the bottom of your foot type.
Yeah, it's really painful, isn't it?
Extremely painful. And I have a little stress ball that's a bit like a squash ball with like lifted parts on it. I can explain it. And I literally just sit and roll my foot, and it just stretches.
Yeah, it works well. But the thing is, I always say to people when I go on holiday, you know, Duffy always says to me, now I want you to relax 2 or 3 days, 4 days, don't do anything. But after 3 days, I'm walking like I'm 90, and I'm not even kidding about that. People think, God, she does exercise.
When you came back off holiday this year, when did your calf muscle?
Yeah, straight away. The calf muscle went after I came back from holiday. First run back, bang, pulled the calf quite badly and the Achilles tendon. So I think, you know, with the stretching is that I have to keep stretching in order to maintain my suppleness. And everyone's different. I know some people are naturally supple. And so, you know, those kids when we were young, they could go into the splits without trying and all that business. I was never one of those girls. I always had to try and improve my flexibility. So if I don't stretch, then I just shrink back again.
Basically. Especially if you don't drink water and your muscles aren't hydrated, which water is a big wittering of mine.
Oh yeah, and mine too.
I don't want you to drown yourself in it. I just want you to drink it. But you need that elasticity in your muscles. If you think about a piece of leather, if you don't moisturize that leather, if it's on a sofa, if it's your shoes, if it's a coat, it will basically shrink.
Yeah, I love it.
In the moisture. And that is the same with your muscles. Yes, you might be feeding them every day, but if you're not feeding them the correct nutrients through the correct food, if you're not giving them the right fluid, as in water, and I don't mean in a cup of tea or in whiskey.
Oh, no. We could do the one in whiskey really well.
Water is really important. You know, at the end of the day, whatever you put into your body is what you're going to get out.
Well, it's so true. The thing is, I know people go, oh, I don't like water. I can't drink 2 litres of water a day. But but they can drink 2 bottles of wine. You know, so I always think, why is it so easy to drink 2 bottles of wine but not 2 bottles of water? So we really do have to get that going. I love that about the leather. That analogy, I love that. The one I use is if you take a cold elastic band and stretch it, it'll snap. Yeah. But if you take a warm elastic band, it'll go for miles. So it's just maintaining that. So you know,
with the heat, as I said to you about the heat. If you warm up a muscle, before I do massages on some people, if they are injured, rather than getting to perform a function to warm the muscle up to see how much it's improved, you can do a massage to warm the flesh up, or you can basically get a heat pad, put it on, leave it there for a couple of minutes, and it's warmed it up for you. You can then massage it a bit further. You can get your client to perform a stretch test and see how much it's improved, but you're not putting it under any stress. It gives elasticity, but it's important not for it to be red hot, because that'll just cause it to swell, which gives the friction. Then you get the pain again.
So I'm a big fan, and this is something everyone can do at home as well. I'm a massive fan of the magnesium flakes to put in a foot soak or a bath, or even the magnesium oil to rub on the skin. It's great for sleep.
Yes.
And it's really fabulous for maintaining the body and relaxing the body. Do you use them?
Yes, I do. Magnesium flakes are fabulous in baths. I get in my bath if I've had a long day at work, because by the time I've done 5 or 6 massages, especially if the sports massage is on big hairy men, I'm ready for a bath and my pyjamas and bed. So I'm getting a workout if I do a big massage.
Yeah, massive workout. I always say, and this is the truth, people, you've got to listen to this. I am hard to massage, aren't I? Just from all the exercise that I do and the muscle. So, half an hour into a massage, I can hear poor Emma huffing and puffing behind me, because I think, oh my God, I've killed her with my muscles because they're so tight. But then by the end of it, it's one of those things where sometimes a really good sports massage is a painful experience, but then afterwards you feel so much looser, so much more relaxed. And the thing that you said to me is tension creates pain.
Yes, it does.
And so the more tension you have in the body, the more pain you'll have in the body.
Well, I've regularly had clients who say to me, "Oh, don't take painkillers." Now, it's important to moderate your pain. Very, very important. Be that with an ice massage, which is one of the best ways to get rid of the pain, because it takes the swelling straight down, because it's the swelling that causes the pain.
Yeah.
Ice massage is fantastic, but taking medication that, if you speak to a medical practitioner, you are able to take. Be it ibuprofen, again, to reduce the swelling, or be it paracetamol to alleviate the pain, is really, really important. And it's an important part of your recovery, because you can put stress on the rest of the body, basically.
Yeah, this is something I've never had done, and I know that we're going to give it a go at some point. But tell me a little bit, when you do the hot stones massage, so what do the hot stones actually do?
They basically penetrate the flesh a lot quicker.
All right, okay.
They get through the dermal layers of the skin a lot quicker, so you can put pressure on a lot quicker. Yeah, so it's because sometimes it takes a little while to warm up. So we've got the magnesium flakes and the magnesium oil. We've got the hot baths, and we've got the little bit of coldness if you're in a shower at the very end. We've got the deep tissue massages. We've got the reflexology, and things that you can do just to maintain your body. And of course, we've got lots and lots of water, lots of nutrients to maintain your body. And the big one everyone struggles with, sleep. Yes.
So sleep. Is there anything else that you can think of, Emma, that we've not actually touched on? And this is just maintaining from a day-to-day basis that will help in the long run.
Yeah. Other than having maintenance treatments, as in massage, and taking it as an investment in your body, not a treat.
Do you know, I so believe in that.
Oh, it's a bit of a treat. And I go, no, it's not a treat. It's an investment in you. It's an investment in your health. It's an investment in your ability to move and to carry on with life. So maintenance, as in, I can treat an injury and get an injury sorted. But if you then go back to what you were doing before, which generally most people like yourself have to, because it's your job, my worst level of injuries are generally people who sit at desks and drive.
Oh, I know. Isn't it awful that just sitting still can ruin you?
Yes, it does, because it's putting you in a false position, basically. And we're not built to sit still.
No, we're not.
Don't sit still. So people who say to me, well, it's just a bit of a treat. No, it's not. It makes you work.
Do you know, I so believe in this. And when I got injured that time really, really badly, and I've been riddled with injuries all year, and I have no one to blame but myself. And I went to York to a physio that I knew from my dancing days, and I used to know him in Birmingham. And he basically shouted at me, because when you were in a dance company, or even when you're working away, or even if you're doing a musical, even you have exercises that you have to do daily, even if you're singing, vocal exercises for warming up and cooling down, but also when I've been in heavy dance shows, every single Thursday, he said to me, what did you happen every single Thursday? And I said, rehearsals, I don't know, every single Thursday we were sent for a full body massage. Yeah. And then I continued that when I left the profession and went into training and stuff. But really, 18 months of nothing absolutely ruined me. And
despite being poked about it, I do hasten to.
Yeah, I know. I know. Emma did say, "What are you doing? You're a lunatic," right? So, but how long has it taken? Just 18 months out, and I know I do a lot of exercise and everything.
Yes,
but 18 months out. I mean, it's taken us a long time, and I'm still not fully recovered now, have I?
We started again. When was it?
I think seriously, we started in March, April time, didn't we?
Wasn't it? Yeah. Mm.
But I'm still not kind of fully recovered.
You're still pulling bits here and there.
Yeah, and it was 18 months that I didn't do it. So I really, like for myself and for you as well, because people forget that, if you've got 8 massages in the day, that is massive workout for you. So you need them as much as I need them.
Oh yeah, I mean, as you know, I've had the piriformis issues and the tendinopathy in my hip, which is old dancing problems of mine, which have resurfaced. But it's improving slowly. But again, that's because I'm now listening to what my body's saying. The other thing that I'm doing is taking that bit of time for me.
Yes, definitely.
Because I'd got to a stage where I have my own son, I've got 4 stepchildren, I've got 4 grandchildren, I've got a business to run.
You're too young looking to have grandchildren, Emma.
Not from my son, they're from older children. So, but it's a busy life, and I'd not kept up to the things that I go on about, everybody. And what I find more important is finding a little bit of peace every day. The meditation recording that you did for me is fantastic.
Well, it's also, I always say 10 minutes or 30 breaths even, 10 minutes of silence, just breathing. Zens you right out, doesn't it?
Everything off and just breathe. Make sure you're nice and warm and breathe. Because if you don't do that, the enzymes and everything that are racing around your body are anxious.
Oh, it's so true.
And that is when you can pull things, you can, your whole body's tense. So your muscles are tense, your nerves tense, so your brain's tense. And
it affects everything, yeah. And I know people think, oh, my body is separate to my brain and my emotions, but it so isn't.
No, it all works together as one. And it's if that connection breaks, that's when you have a problem, be it a mental breakdown, as people can suffer from.
Yeah.
It's a physical breakdown.
Well, I always talk about people being
wrong somewhere.
Yeah. I always talk about people being physically depressed, not emotionally, mentally. The body is physically depressed, and how this has a knock-on effect. I just want to say, Emma Winter, massage therapist, what she doesn't know about massage really isn't worth knowing, really. And she's in the Leeds and surrounding areas. What I'm going to do is I'm going to post this video up on Facebook, and I'm going to put Emma's website and details underneath it, so that if you are in the area, you can contact Emma. Any niggles need to be jumped on, because those little niggles turn into big things, don't they, Emma?
Huge things, yeah. You had a few little niggles and it turned into your torn calf.
Yeah, oh, such a nightmare. I mean, I'm a bit frustrated at the moment, because I was running easily 8k. I'm not really a massive runner, but I could run easily about 8k, and I was regularly doing 5 with clients. And then I tore the calf, and I'm literally, the last few months, of one of my clients, Rebecca, she's so gorgeous because she's so patient with me. I'm literally back to 2 minutes run, 1 minute walk, 2 minutes run, 1 minute walk. And when the tension creeps into the legs, it's like wading through treacle, and I have to stop, you know. So I'm inching up, and then I'll go to 2.5 minutes, then I'll go to 3 minutes, and so it's a long and slow process getting back. Yeah.
Things that I can recommend, like I said to you, the BioFreeze gels, the cold treatments are fantastic. If you have a niggly injury that keeps flaring up, drown it in the stuff. Yeah,
you told me about that, and I use that all the time.
Because the flare-up is swelling.
Yeah, well, I think prevention is the key here, because I am, the reason why we've done this talk is I am a walking example of how long it can take to recover from an injury then, when you've stopped maintaining your body.
Maintenance is the key, you know, moderation and maintenance. And they are the keys to most things. I don't mind anybody going and have a drink, go and have a blast exercise. I've been to the gym this morning for an hour and a half. You know, go and have a blast. It's good for your mind. It's good for your endorphins. It's brilliant. Going out with your friends, having a drink.
Yeah, having a laugh.
Meal is just as important, because that, again, it makes you feel better.
Well, I was out last night. Duffy was in his kilt. It was in his kilt. We're out dancing last night, and it was all good. But again, you know, it's just taking.
You can't do it every night. You can't do it every night, and that's
God, gone are those days, Emma. Gone are those days.
Well, we've gone over the horizon.
Right. Well, listen. Thank you so much for joining us. And I hope to God it's recorded, and I'll check this afterwards. I'll give you a little bell afterwards, Emma.
Okay.
But say cheerio now, and we'll speak to him soon.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later.